What's up, Yankees universe? KOD Nation, stand up, NUD gens. Wake up and get your coffee. Welcome to a Friday, September 23rd episode of the Yankees Morning Brew, and we are in the building. First and foremost, got to shout out my man Mikey Mazza and the 4-Train Express, like always. What it do, brother? My man James Cook. James Cook is in the building. Salute. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Our boy came close. He was that close in the bottom of the ninth to walking it off. But a win is a win. A Yankees win is a Yankees win. And Josh Donaldson, the man who I was calling out for the past month and some change, Josh Donaldson, since coming back from being a father, his wife having a baby, Josh Donaldson has been on fire. I think his average is at 300, if not over 300. But yeah, definitely. Nathan, my man Nathan, hope all is well. Nathan, hope all is well. I got that text message you sent me yesterday. Hope you feel better, brother. And Eric Wallace, he said, good morning, Hector. I'll be back in a bit. Bus time. Hey, no worries, brother. No worries, brother. Make sure you catch that bus. Make sure you catch that bus on your way to work. My man NY Yankee King is in the building. He said, what's up, Hector? I hope soon I can hop on a pen. NY Yankee King, bro. Whenever you're free, I know, work is a bit tough sometimes, right? But whenever you're free, let me know. If the weekends work best for you, I know other people that want to jump on a panel on the weekends. We'll set something up on a Saturday or a Sunday. NY Yankee King, just let me know what works for you, player. But yeah, the Yankees win. The Yankees win, as John Sterling would say. And like I was saying a little bit while ago, ever since Josh Donaldson welcomed his new child into the world that we live in 2022, he's been hitting the ball like the old Josh Donaldson. Home run here, home run there. He'll get a double here. He'll get a single there. Hey, Josh Donaldson's coming through. Frankie Rivera. Hey, yo, Frankie. Good morning, Frankie. He said, morning, Hector. Happy Yankees won. Sad Mickey gone. Love watching El Papa hit doubles. Felt he got screwed by the front office. Wish him the best. Yes, bro. It's sad to see Miguel Andujar leave. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat as well, joining me this morning. If you're watching on Instagram Live, click that link in the bio and jump on over. But yeah, bro, it's sad to see Miguel Andujar leave. When he came up, he was a spark plug. He should have won Rookie of the Year over Shohei Ohtani. I don't care what nobody says that season. But hopefully he could catch on to another major league team, and hopefully he could try to revive his career somewhere else. Sad that it didn't work out here with the Yankees. If it was up to me, if I was the person making the moves, I would have DFA'd Aaron Hicks over Miguel Andujar, because no matter what, Miguel Andujar, he still has the potential to have that pop in his bat. But when you look at Aaron Hicks, his legs are shot, his arm is shot. Only thing he could do is probably draw a walk here or there. But besides that, your man is shot. But it's baseball. It's a business at the end of the day. Yes, us fans, we get super invested because of our fandom, right? Just like on YouTube, different YouTube content creators or people you meet on social media, parasocial relationships are a big thing. Some people, they get tricked, they get confused, they don't even know what a parasocial relationship is. So from the outside looking in, we were all fans of Miguel Andujar, right? We wanted to see him be successful here. One thing about Yankee fans, I know myself, don't want to speak for everybody. If you agree with me, you can put it in the comment section. But one thing when it comes to Yankee fans is that if there's a young kid that comes up and he comes to our system and he succeeds in our system, one thing we're going to do is we're going to back that person up. No matter what, we're going to support that person. We're going to want to see that person be successful here with the Yankees, with our team. We saw it in the 90s when fans went crazy for St. Spencer. Yankee fans, sports fans in general, if you have a young kid that comes up through your organization, through your system, You want them to turn out to be an all-star, right? You want them to be successful because that shows that, it was a homegrown talent. And it just sucks that Miguel Andujar had to be the victim of a business decision. It's a business decision at the end of the day. It was easier for the Yankees to DFA Andujar instead of eating the money that Aaron Hicks have left on his contract, right? It sucks, right? But Maria, good morning, Maria. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. I was watching that. I was watching the BX Sports Jedi watch along. Jose Mello was on the panel. Shout out my guy Jose Mello. But I was able to come through at the end when the walk-off happened. I'm trying to make way so I could be on the watch along tonight with Kev because it's kind of hard for me during the week. But hopefully today I could make some time so I could join my man Kev and hopefully Jose Mello as well. James Cook said they could be on a 10-game winning streak and lose a game, and it hurts my head. Yeah, because we want to win it all, James. that's what it is. I said a Yankee yesterday. Us Yankee fans, we're very, 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 very greedy. My man Keith Saunders. Good morning, Yankee Nation. We headed to October. Absolutely. Caputo, where you at, baby? Talking all that hot mess. Say the Yankees weren't gonna make the post. Caputo, where you at, Caputo? Don't make me show up to Long Island with a gyro outside your window to get you to come out your house. Caputo, where are you at, Michael Caputo? We are sending out a APB for Michael Caputo and all the nonsense that he was talking when he said the Yankees weren't going to make the postseason. Well, last night against the Red Sox, we clinched the postseason spot. Now, one thing, now we just got to wrap up the division. And that's going to be coming soon. Hopefully within the next couple of weeks. Hopefully as well. Aaron Judge could get that home run tonight. Oh, my man's in the BX Bombers in the building. What it do, bro? Yo, what's up, bro? It's happening with Judge number 99, also Rogers number 9, and it's 61s to this days that he hit the home run against the Red Sox. BX Bombers in the building, guys. If you haven't checked out BX Bomber, what are you doing? My man BX Bomber. If it wasn't for BX Bomber, I would have never got that batting practice ball at Yankee Stadium, right? BX Bomber, let me know if you're free, bro. Because if you're free and you want to jump on the panel, I'll throw the link in the chat and you could just jump right on and we can have a conversation. Or I'll message you the link on IG. BX Bomber, let me know if you're working. And if you're free to jump on the panel, I would love to have a conversation with you. But BX Bomber was literally, I want to say, 3 feet away from when Aaron Judge hit his 60th home run. BX Bomber. If that was you that would have caught that ball, would you have given the ball up like that? Right? Oh, you're working right now. All right, no problem. Listen, we got some holidays coming up. Hopefully we could get something together during the week, BX Bomber. BX Bomber, I want to know, bro, if that was you that caught that home run ball, would you have given it up so easy as that kid did? I'm not too sure. I know I wouldn't have. I know I wouldn't have. That Caputo was on a watch along. Oh, he was? Oh, I missed him. Like I said, I jumped on at the end. Hold on. My man L.I. King said, am I the only one that's happy they didn't celebrate that they clinched the postseason spot? And yep, absolutely. I'm glad there was no celebration. I'm glad there was no pop in the bottle. It's nothing to celebrate. We got a mission. We got a list of objectives. First objective was clinch the postseason. Second is win the division. Then we got to win the first round, then the second round, and then the World Series. We got to mark them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yankees have 5 objectives. 1's down. We got 4 more to go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Maria, always love Maria's insight. Maria says the postseason now we need to keep winning. There are more games to win. Let's go. Yanks, American League. Yeah. Ho-ho. Absolutely. Absolutely. He says, no, I'm giving the ball back. Oh, yeah? Okay. Listen, I'm attaching a few dollar signs to it before I give it back because they had that ball valued. People that do like the pawnbroker stuff or whatever. I can't get the actual name right now. My mind's racing. But the person that does the evaluations on what something is going to be, like Steiner Sports and stuff like that, they evaluated that ball was going to be worth $150,000, BX Bomber. You would have given that ball back $150,000. I'm gonna need Aaron Judge and the Yankees to run some money before I give this ball up. Right? I want season tickets for the next 5 years. I want 50K in cash because I got some bills I need to pay. I went to trade school. Student loans is kicking my butt. I need to pay some things off. So the Yankees, come on, you guys got enough money to toss it up. But to people who feel, they wouldn't listen. Everybody's different. If that's you, that's you. I like King said, I'm free now if you want me to hop on a panel. Well, I like King. I gotta wait till about like 11:45, 12 o'clock before I could do the open panel. So just hang around. If you're free around that time, I'll throw the link into the bio. I throw the link into the chat. You could jump on the panel like that if that's all cool. But yeah, let's go over the stats real quick. Matter of fact, let me just do my stats. Let me do my breakdown. Then I'll throw the link in the chat so we can get this popping. But let me do the breakdown real quick. Let's do the stats. Start off with the Red Sox. Why? Because we always start out with the losing team. But now over to the Red Sox. The Red Sox last night, Tommy Pham led it off in left field. He was 2 for 5. Rafael Devers, the third baseman, was 0 for 4. Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop, was 0 for 5. Alex Verdugo, the right fielder, was 1 for 5. JD Martinez, the DH, was 0 for 3. Tristan Casas, the first baseman, was 1 for 4. Enrique Quique Hernandez, the center fielder, was 1 for 3. The second baseman, Chang, was 1 for 3. And the catcher, Wong, was 1 for 2. Now over to the pitching side of things, you got Michael Wacha, former ace of the St. Louis Cardinals, who's trying to work his way back off of injuries, having a solid season for the Red Sox. But in 6 innings, he only gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Michael Wacha, I think he wanted no part of Aaron Judge, even though Michael Wacha, hasn't given up a hit to Judge in his career. Michael Wacha wanted no peace and no problem of Aaron Judge, so he just pitched around them. Scherber came in afterwards. Scherber pitched the inning, gave up a hit, no runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts. Brazier came in also, the right-handed pitcher, pitched the inning, 1 hit, 1 run, no walks, and no strikeouts. Matt Barnes came in. He pitched the inning, no hit, no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeouts. And Ort was the last pitcher by the Red Sox. He pitched no innings. He gave up the walk-off, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, and no strikeout. Losing pitcher of record was Ort, improving his record to 1-2 on the season. In the chat, my man Mikey Mazza said, Harrison Bader just put it out there. Is using speed as a weapon. Absolutely. And by the way, if you're in the chat on Instagram Live and you want to come over and join the conversation, hit that link that's in my bio and it will bring you right on over to YouTube. But on top of that, shout out to everybody that's in the chat over here on YouTube. Appreciate all of you guys. But yeah, Harrison Bader, he's been very impressive. I've been impressed by Harrison Bader the first couple of games. He was 3 for 4 the first game with 3 RBIs. He was 1 for 3 last night. Solid defense. The speed, you saw it on display. Harrison Bader, you're winning me over. You're winning me over, kid. I know we said we couldn't fully judge the Jordan Montgomery trade until we finally saw Harrison Bader put it together on the field. And what we're seeing from Harrison Bader, I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm impressed. I am not disappointed whatsoever from Harrison Bader. No. He has impressed me a lot. One way that he impressed me is this entire season, right, with this team. And I know a lot of Yankee fans, they like to beat up on this guy, but the only player that will bust it down the line right when he put the ball into play, bust it down the line from home plate to first base, the only player on this team that was doing that this season was Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. IKF was the only player this season, the only player on this roster that when he puts the ball in play, he busted down the line from first to home. Now, you got Oswaldo Cabrera and Peraza that they've been doing the same since being called up, but, they've been, in the minors for the majority of the season. So having Harrison Bader as another player that busts it down the line, I listen, if you put the ball in play, you never know what can happen. Speed is just a different part of the game. It's just a different aspect. But let's go over to these Yankees. And starting out, Aaron Judge in right field was 0 for 2. He had three walks. I want to say no, two. He had 2 walks yesterday. He had a beautiful outfield assist, And before, hold on, let me take this off. To you Yankee fans, right, that go to Yankee Stadium, that have the luxury and the privilege to afford tickets to Yankee Stadium, if you're sitting anywhere in a vicinity that's right on top of probably like the walls or very close to the field, if there's a ball in play, please do not attempt to touch it. Please do not attempt to grab a souvenir, because that ball last night that hit up against the right field wall, there was a bozo in a white button t-shirt with his glove trying to stab at it while Judge is trying to make a play. Please, if you're in Yankee Stadium and you see some bozo attempting to do what the guy did last night, do me a favor, smack him in the head, right? You don't got to hit him that hard, but hit him a hard, if you're Puerto Rican, you know what a cocotazo is. Give whoever you see at Yankee Stadium trying to interfere with a live ball while it's in play, give him a cocotazo. Because last night, say for instance, right, Clay Holmes, he's been very rocky. He's been struggling, right? So he started off that inning by allowing Tommy Pham to potentially get a double, right? The ball bounced, it hit against the wall, it flew up a little bit. The guy in right field literally tried to stab it with his big old dookie glove that he had that was probably too big for his hand. If he would have hit that ball and Judge would have never made a play on it, Boston started off that inning with a runner on second base and nobody out. But because Aaron Judge made that play, he saved Clay Holmes, and he probably saved the game for us. You never know. But over to the Yankees, Aaron Judge in right field, like my man L.I. King said, Judge had 3 walks, a strikeout, and a flyout. Appreciate that, fams. Judge in right field was 0 for 2. Antonio El Calzone Rizzo, the first baseman, was 0 for 3. Gleyber Torres, the second baseman, was 0 for 3. And now this is where things get interesting, right? Because we've talked about this. When Judge is not coming through, when Rizzo's not coming through, when Torres is not coming through, this is what we need. Josh Donaldson going 3 for 5 and Giancarlo Stanton going 3 for 4. And then the bottom half of that lineup coming through, like my man Keith Saunders pointed out the last show he was on. Cabrera was 0 for 3, but Harrison Bader was 1 for 3. IKF was 1 for 4. Kyle Higashioka was 1 for 2. I think Jose Trevino did pinch hit. I'm not sure if he got a hit, though. I doubt it, though. But, yeah, the bottom half of the lineup and that middle part with Donaldson and Stanton going 3 for 4, this is what we need. For this team to be successful in the postseason, we need Stanton and Donaldson, Torres, and Rizzo to be coming through, and Judge can't, because teams are going to pitch around Judge, right? A sour note from last night, though, is that the Yankees did hit into 4 double plays. They did hit into 4 double plays that killed a bunch of rallies that were going on. So that's something that we got to clean up on, getting away from hitting the double play ball. But over to the pitching side of things, Jameson Taillon, he's trying to get himself a postseason spot. But Jameson Taillon, he pitched 6 solid innings, scoreless innings. He gave him 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Clark Smith was a bit rusty. He struggled. He pitched the inning, 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Matter of fact, Clark Smith didn't even get an out. I don't even know why I got an inning there. But Clark Smith didn't even get an out. Aroldis Chapman pitched the inning in the third, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. He was struggling. Lou Trevino came through in a big situation, but Lou Trevino pitched 2/3, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. And then Clay Holmes, he pitched 2 solid innings. Thank God for Aaron Judge on top half of the 9th, but he pitched a good 10th inning. He pitched a solid 9th inning, and Clay Holmes pitched 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Clay Holmes has to be able to trust his fastball. Trust your sinker. Just trust your sinker and throw it low. IKF made a phenomenal play. Josh Donaldson made a phenomenal play. Let's keep this going. But LI Yankee King, if you're still in the chat, Mikey Mazza, if you're somewhere that has great service and you're good, I'm gonna put the link into the chat for the open panel. Let's have a conversation real quick, right? And just like yesterday, the ground rules are be respectful to everybody who comes on the panel, right? Let's be respectful to the people who own the channel as well. Let's try to not use any curse words. Let's keep it as clean as possible. PG-13. Matter of fact, let's bring it back to G. Let's bring it back like Nickelodeon, right? Let's have a conversation like Nickelodeon, but at the same time, let's be respectful to everybody in the building. Mikey Maz, I see you back there. Mikey Maz on the Floor Training Express. What it do, baby?
What it do? Good
Bro.
morning to everybody. All you DJs, grab your cup of coffee, hop on the Floor Training Express, and go up to Party Town at 161 River Ave because we coming.
That's what's up, baby. That's what's up. Mikey Monster, you got to start making Hallmark cards so you can put them on Hallmark cards, those phrases, so we can start selling them. I said, you're going to have to start putting those phrases on Hallmark cards so we can start selling them, brother.
Yeah.
Chris the Flash is in the building. What it do, Chris? What it do? But yeah, Mazza, how you feeling after last night, brother?
Very good, actually. I'm very happy about last night's win. And that was an outstanding play by Judge. And you're right. Holmes did have a solid 10th inning and a solid ninth. That was the best I've seen him probably all year.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, I mean, he really stepped it up.
All right, hold on 1 second, Mazza. Li, if that's you in the background, just give me a good give me this real quick. Give me the 2 fingers real quick. There you go. Just got to make sure that's you, brother. And see, Li Yankee King is in the building. What it do, bro?
What's up? What's up?
Chilling, babe.
What's up?
Hey, chilling, bro. Pleasure. Listen, we've interacted for the past like year or two on Twitter and stuff like that. So I appreciate you, brother, for coming onto the panel and having a conversation, bro. I appreciate you and the work that you do in the Yankees community, especially on Twitter, when you control a lot of these Yankee fans that just like to be apologists and stuff. So first and foremost, appreciate you for coming onto the panel. What's your thoughts, though? Because this is the first time we've having a conversation. Give us your thoughts overall on this season so far before we talk about last night's game, brother. Mikey Mazza, I'm gonna just mute you just for a little bit, bro.
Obviously, it's been a good season, not a great season. Obviously, with the start of the 51-17 stretch that they were on was, and then the Astros obviously just said, no, sit the fuck back down. Sit down. Nah. You get back in your room. Nah. Being arrogant.
Yeah.
Me and your mother taught you about this. Get back in your room. No video games.
Oh.
Basically fathered us again. But after that, it was horrible to watch. They were lethargic. They were just off. I don't know why they didn't call the young guys up. But obviously, Boone and Cashman are what they are. And obviously, I'll give the season a grade of a B-.
Okay.
A B-.
Okay. Because at the beginning of the season, right, for the first 2 weeks, the team started off rough. Garrett Cole's first 5 starts were horrible. The team started off very slow for the first 2 weeks, and then the team was able to find their momentum, right? The Yankees had, I want to say, a 2.5 month stretch of being healthy. People weren't going on the IL. We probably had a scare with Aaron Judge going on the IL for like COVID related things, but that was for like 5 days. It was a missed test or whatever. But besides that, first 2.5 months, the Yankees, knock on wood, they were healthy, right? And then that injury bug came like crazy. We got hit with it left and right. I want to say a big part of this team's downfall that you were pointing to in August was Michael King's injury, right? Once Michael King went down, everybody had to step up. Then Chad Green went down, more pressure on Clay Holmes. Aroldis Chapman went down, and it was just trying to find whoever can throw a pitch, right? It was honestly it was like the movie The Replacement Players, right? You just had to find bodies who could throw pitches, right?
Clay Holmes was probably like can I get some help?
Yeah.
King's gone. I got Schmidt here, but he's figuring it out. Marinaccio is good, but he's a rookie. He's figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is before Trevino and Efros got here. He's like, "Can I get some help?" And then I'll get Chapman back. Oh, never mind. He went out with an infection. Never mind. So Holmes was probably like, "Oh, now I know how the Red Sox bullpen felt with."
Yeah, and what was your thoughts on the trade deadline? Before we fully get to trade deadline, what's your thoughts on the Jordan Montgomery trade? Now that we get to see Harrison Beta yesterday and the day before, these past 2 days, what's your thoughts on it?
It's a good trade in retrospect, but I would have liked to, get maybe a prospect in there, maybe a prospect you can use in a future or in a future trade. That's how I like deals. If you're getting a major leaguer, if you're trading major leaguer for a major leaguer, I always make sure I want that prospect going with that major leaguer.
Yeah.
So you can have someone for a future trade, or you could have them for the future.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree with you on that. Just to throw in a player just to see what happens, like a low A reliever, because you never know. Yeah. That the pitcher that we traded for Jameson Taillon at the time, Contreras, he was just a low A pitcher that nobody even thought of. And last year he was a top prospect for the Pirates. He was pitching in a 2021 future game. He pitched the other day against us. He looked kind of solid, even though he gave up a few runs, but he did look solid. But when it comes to prospects, they're hit or miss, right? Since you've been watching the channel, I've been having different people on. Nathan, who's come on, who covers the Somerset Patriots and stuff. When it comes to these prospects that Brian Cashman didn't want to let go, what's your thoughts? What's your sentiments on these prospects? Are you happy that we still have Volpe, that we still have Dominguez going forward, and we didn't overspend for, say, like Castillo from Cincinnati?
Now, this is where I kind of get hate for a lot of Yankee fans, because I wanted not to let go of. There was 3 guys I didn't want to let go of the trade deadline: Peraza, Volpe, Florial. Because I'm like, all right, they're right there. The team kind of sucks. And this was at the deadline where it's like, ugh. So I'm like, all right, I can have good with. It's like, I'm good if you want to have Montas, but get me someone else. It's like, all right, if you don't want to spend for Castillo, spend for Montas and another pitcher. I don't care if it's Montas Freeland, Montas Rodon, Montas, and some random lefty. Nope, just Montas, and Montas wound up getting hurt.
Yeah. And even with Luis Castillo, I've been a big fan of Luis Castillo, and it's kind of tricky because a pitcher is very fragile. You can never know when a pitcher's elbow or his shoulder is going to give up on him. Luis Castillo's last start against the Oakland A's, it was 3 days ago. He left the game early. He only pitched 4 2/3, and then they haven't revealed the injury or the potential injury that's going on. So I'm not trying to wish injuries on anybody, but yes, Frankie Montas, he's on the IL, but Luis Castillo, he left his last start early. He only pitched 4 2/3. He only threw 70 pitches. So we don't even know what was going on with him. So we may have dodged the bullet with that as well.
We don't know if that was an injury bug or the Mariners were just like, you know what, we're not going to overspend you. We're going to just pull you. We're just going to say, you know what?
Saunders.
What up,
My
baby?
fault. Go ahead, Eli.
And I'm okay with the Yankees holding on to these prospects. Play them. Like, for the love of God, play them.
Yeah.
Like, Peraza, Florial should not be at all anywhere near AAA. He's done with the minors. Finito, finished, done. And he should be alternating with Cabrera in left field, while Cabrera is also alternating at first base with Rizzo. That should be Cabrera's role right now, and Florial's. Just gradually move them in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And throw it over to Keith and Chris right after this. Salute to you guys. Good morning. Thanks for jumping onto the panel. Thanks for jumping on. But when we talk about say like the minors, right? You bring up Florial, and it's a great example. I wanted to see Florial get an opportunity up here, especially because the Yankees gave Tyler Wade and Brett Gardner so many opportunities, right? How many times were they on the team when they didn't need to be on the team? Like there
Tyler
was so
Wade
many years.
here.
Jesus Christ. He's still in the system. That's the crazy part. He's still in the system. But when it comes to how things have started to shape out, right? We got the postseason right around the corner. I'm throwing it over to my man Keith after this. Keith, tell me right now, how are you lining up this starting rotation for the postseason going forward?
How many guys you giving me? Is it 4, 3? How many?
Well, now I want to say a 4, right? 4-man rotation, because now you got those extra days in between. You got extra rest days in the ALDS and the AOCS, so you may be able to fix it around. Yeah.
I'll give you 3, and then depending on how the 4s with the question mark, you don't know how the series turns out. If we're up 2-0, if we're if it's 2-1 in the series, so that's different. But Cole game 1, Nestor game 2, Severino game 3. I love Tyone. He's been better. He had a great outing last night, but I just don't want to take the risk of him having a Jameson outing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
One of those. I mean, he has 13 or 14 wins this year, but his ERA is also 4, and Lord knows we don't need a 4-0 going into the 5th inning in an ALDS game. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
as far as game 1 and 2, Nestor game 2, Cole game 1, Sevy game 3. 4 you'll work around depending on the lead. If it has to be a game 4, and depending how well his shoulder's holding up, and I know it wasn't even holding up well when he was in Oakland. It was an issue before we traded him. I guess that's why we probably traded him for less. Oakland gave him away from a lot less more than I thought they would. To be honest, now looking back at it now, it's like, oh, okay, now I see how we got him. For we'd have to give up Volpe, or you know what I mean, or anybody like that.
Yeah.
Montauk could pitch game 4. I'm fine if he's okay, and if he's in game 4, I mean game 4 or 5 innings, regardless of lead. You understand, or pitch count, like he's doing 5 and that's it, because that shoulder's not right, and we're not gonna see the Frankie Montas we want to see until next year when he gets a full off season and a rehab, and gets an off season with Matt Blake and everyone else. But Montas would be okay, but he can be a game 4 starter, barring how bad this shoulder really is.
Yeah, that's a great point. Because Montas even said that he rushed himself trying to come back to pitch for the Yankees coming over from Oakland. Chris, same question ahead of your reign. That after you're done, throw it over to my man Li. When it comes to the postseason, how are you lining it up? And give us your thoughts and your sentiments. Why are you going to line it up that way? Go ahead, brother.
Well, I'm a think outside the box on this. I kind of want Nestor to go game 1, but I know it's gonna tweak Cole's ego. So I mean, it's got to be Cole game 1, then Nestor game 2, and then I guess you could flip flop if we only give him 3, either Severino or Tyone. If Tyone keeps pitching the way he's pitching, it could be a case for him pitching game 3. But if he does something funky, like he said, like, oh, he's been drinking too many shots the night before, and he coughs up 3 or 4 runs in 1 inning. Yeah, but Severino's looking pretty good too. So, I don't know. It all depends. Frankie, if he comes back, I kind of want to see him in the bullpen. I kind of want to, I kind of want to see what he does in the bullpen. I mean, because you got Domingo Mine in the bullpen, so why not have him and see what he can do?
Okay. Li, the same question ahead of your way. When it comes to the postseason, how are you going to line up? How are you going to line up? And give us your thoughts and your reasoning behind it.
I would line it up as Cole, Cortez, Sevy, and Montas, with Tyone following.
Following Montas, yeah.
I'm telling Montas, you're going 3. That's it. I know you're going 3. So you
3?
both 3. I'm not letting you line up 3 times. You
right.
Both 3, and then giving it over to the bullpen.
Right. Or giving over to Herman.
That's kind of like
save for the Sevy start. Save Herman for that Sevy start. Let Sevy go 5, Herman go 2, and then just give it over to whoever. But
I love that. I love that
Yeah, me
because
too.
I was talking about before, and I throw it right back to you, Li, so you can finish your take. I was talking about if the Yankees had to, start Domingo Germán right in the postseason start, right? You give Domingo Germán 3 or 4 innings and have Clark Schmidt come in right after him and get 2 or 3 innings for the same reason that you said, so they can only see that lineup once going around instead of 2 or 3 times. But go ahead, bro. Finish your take.
But my concern with the pitching staff is the feeling of having an inconsistent ace and no closer. Because I'm concerned with the fact that Holmes is very iffy. That maybe since we're up to 6 games as a magic number, after you clinch that, maybe you hold like a spring training-ish thing going into like the final days of the season, where it's like Trevino gets a close, Loicio gets a close. Chapman, I'm put nowhere near that situation.
No, he couldn't find the strike zone last night. Jesus Christ.
My 3 guys that I'm trying out to close: Lou Trevino,
Johnny?
actually 4. Clay Holmes,
Efra. Yeah, Efros would probably be a great 9th guy.
Yeah, I agree with you, Li. Those are the 4 relievers that if I had to bet my grandmother's life on getting an out, those are the 4 relievers that I trust in this bullpen. Closer by committee. Whoever has the hot hand, let them close. When you look at the relievers, like Lou Trevino, since coming over to the Yankees, he's pitching to an ERA that's under 2.5. Right, so he's been solid. Jonathan Lasagna is this past month since August, he's been pitching to an ERA that's under 2. Even though Clay Holmes is struggling, Clay Holmes' ERA is still 2.60. So we have some pieces in this bullpen that if we could get people healthy, let's see where we could go. But Keith, I'm gonna throw it over to you now. Zach Britton, are you giving him a chance?
No.
Are you giving him a chance to try?
Not in the postseason. He's not making his postseason
I guess we don't even got to throw that shit.
No.
We don't even got to throw it around.
Why would he know? We got like 13, 14 games left.
A part of me wants to.
No.
He can't get.
No.
Look, Keith. He can't get no more worse than Wandy and Licky, bruh.
Wandy's not that bad.
Now, I'm not saying he's not bad.
I'll get rid of Licky for Britton, if anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Licky, I've said this so many times. Lucas Licky is like when you get in that yellow cab in Manhattan at 2:00 in the morning. That's the cab driver that you don't want to trust.
Yeah,
you don't want him driving you.
Like, you know what saves Britton? He's a ground ball pitcher and a sinker.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
That's what saved him.
Exactly.
That's why I want to give him a little chance to see what he can do. If he can prove a little something, yeah, like you said, take Licky out and put him in.
Now, do we mean like in the postseason or to finish the season out?
I want him in the postseason, but I don't want him nowhere near like the 9th inning.
No.
If he can give me like the 7 or 8
with the lead,
I'm happy.
Okay, all right. Throw it over, Li. What's your thoughts? So you gonna take Zach Britton? You giving Zach Britton a chance over Lucas Licky?
In the regular season, yes, but neither of them are on my postseason roster. They're at home or in the dugout, sitting there.
Yeah.
Okay. They're playing a round of golf with Aaron Hicks, right?
HQ, another thing. Albert Abreu better not be around this postseason.
That's another thing. But look,
oh my God,
a part of me rather Britton than Chapman.
Yes.
That's how bad Chapman's been.
Yes, that's how bad Chapman's been. Good point. That's true.
I'm 50-50 because Chapman still has a fastball that can get up to 100 miles per hour. He can't locate it.
Yesterday. No, he can't.
He can't locate it to save his life. He can't locate it. Aroldis Chapman trying to locate a fastball is like Anthony Davis trying to locate the middle of his eyebrows. It doesn't happen. It's a unibrow. It just doesn't happen.
Trying to locate a fastball is like Daniel Jones running a defense. Can't do it.
I'm a Giants fan, but that was
Giants
funny.
2-0, man.
Hey, I'm a Giants fan, but that was funny. Hey, giggity.
The Giants are 2-0 though, man. That surprised the shit out of me at least.
Man.
Yep.
But I'm gonna just throw it over.
I want to
Chris.
say one more thing, Hector.
Go ahead, brother.
About Chapman. If Chapman, the only thing that's gonna save Chapman, and I'm hoping this is the case, if he's saving that splitter for the playoffs. Because that splitter is dangerous. If he can throw that splitter, it's very dangerous.
Yeah, but and I've said this at the beginning of the season is that Aroldis Chapman, what made Aroldis Chapman unique was that he had a 100-mile-per-hour fastball
Mm-hmm.
behind his pocket when everybody in Major League Baseball didn't have that, right? In 2022, every team has at least one person coming out of the bullpen throwing 100 miles per
Yeah, he
hour.
had the record for some years now. I think
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody
it was
beat it recently.
106 miles per hour was the record when he was in Cincy.
Yeah.
What you were saying, Eli? Go ahead. What you were saying, bro?
I think Class A beat it with
Yeah,
like
the
a
Class A beat it too. I think. Let me
Yeah,
see.
okay. Class A is filthy.
The
yeah
Oh
Class.
yeah.
I was
Yeah, he
proud when he threw a 102-mile-per-hour cutter.
cutter, dude.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Not
Insane.
102-mile-per-hour
That's
cutter.
not fair. That's not fair.
Somebody
That's like throwing a wiffle ball 100 miles per hour. That's literally
somebody
not
threw
fair.
100-mile-per-hour changeup one time, and I was like, huh?
Oh, hold on.
Everybody.
Mikey.
Actually, Chapman still has the record.
Oh,
He still has the record. Yeah.
oh,
Dang.
Okay.
everybody in
Still
that.
has
Well,
it.
Mikey Mazza, I know you're backstage, Mikey Mazza. If you could get to a place where you're situated that way, it doesn't buffer out your stream. But I just want to touch on real quick because the division. Hold on one second.
You know who I think you
Toronto
guys watch this kid Ben Joyce? He's a beast. This prospect, he
Ben
came from
Joyce.
Tennessee. He throws like 100 and
Oh yeah.
oh God Almighty, kid's ridiculous. I don't know how people could throw a baseball that fast.
He threw 105-mile-per-hour fastball he got. But last night, Toronto lost, Tampa Bay won. So right now, the division lead is safe. Yankees have a
Yeah.
7.5 lead on Toronto, an 8.5 lead on Tampa Bay. So we can say that the league is safe. The lead is safe in the division, right? Right. We
Yeah.
got like what 13 games left to go. We could say that it's good. Hold on one second. We got someone coming.
Yo, HQ, I noticed the Yankees morning brew, but I have a Mets question for you because you are a
Go ahead,
guru
bro.
of baseball.
Go ahead, bro.
It looks like Steve Cohen got some check cashing to do this offseason with DeGrom probably opting out. But more
Mhm.
importantly, Sugar's gonna opt out. Edwin Diaz is probably he's a free agent. And
Mhm.
you think he's going to be like the first ever $20 million reliever after
He's
this
gonna be the
season?
first $100 million reliever. He's gonna be
Yeah,
the first $100 million
Yeah.
reliever easily,
easy, right?
easily. I can see the Dodgers signing him.
Oh, don't say that to me.
No, I can see the Dodgers because that's what the
Somebody
Dodgers. If you recognize these past 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Everybody on the panel. The problem that's been going on with the Dodgers is their closer situation. It's
Yeah,
like
since
the
Canley
Braves.
left.
It's like the Braves in the late '90s, right? Their problem was they didn't have a closer to close out games. So the Dodgers, that's what the Dodgers need right now. They need a closer. Even with Jensen, right? Even when they had Kelly Jensen towards the end of his career with the Dodgers, he wasn't the same like he was 5 years before. He
He's
wasn't the
leading the
same
league in
Kelly
slaves
Jansen.
this year.
Yeah, but he still wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Like he had
Oh, yeah.
two seasons with the Dodgers that he was shaky. Then they
Yep.
let him go to Atlanta, and now he's returned back to form in Atlanta. But no,
Insane.
that's a good question. I'm gonna throw it over to Li. Besides the Yankees, right, Li? Is there any other? How can I say this? Any other story around baseball that you're following that you give a damn about? Whether it's Cleveland, probably reemerging in the Central. Is there anything else in baseball that you're following right now?
Obviously with family ties, I'm following the Guardians
Okay.
because the whole family, basically my whole Ohio family, is Guardians Indians fans, and I'm basically just like, they're in first in a rebuilding. Okay, that division sucks, but good on you.
And a rebuilding year too, because they were supposed to rebuild. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna throw it over
Chicago's
to
supposed to win
Keith.
the division this year.
I
I'm
had
gonna throw.
Guardians at what, 80 and 82 to finish the year.
Mm-hmm.
They're way better.
83 and 67 right now.
83,
So they're
67,
blowing that out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
throw it over to you, Keith.
What's up, brother?
If you were a Met fan, right? Because you brought up the Mets a little while ago,
And
and
some multiverse
as
if I was a Met fan.
and whatever multiverse out there in the in the stream, and you got Francisco Lindor, but the Cleveland Guardians have Ahmed Rosario and Jimenez, who was an all-star this year. Ahmed Rosario is basically hitting almost 300 for the season.
He is.
How would you feel? Because right now, when you look at the Mets, I would rather have those two players than having Francisco Lindor.
Can I be biased?
ahead.
No, I wouldn't. No,
I'm
not
super
Lindor.
biased.
The only reason why I would still keep Lindor is just because That glove is different. It's gold every year. It's a different glove. And he is fit for New York. I don't think him as a character and as a person and his brand is perfect
Mm.
for New York. Nothing against Jimenez and Rosario. They're outstanding baseball players and they're great up the middle. Second base and shortstop, they're great up the middle. Um, but I just rather have Lindor only because what he brings to a baseball club, his image, his likeness, the durability, hits both sides of the plate. His batting average is low, but that's what you get usually with switch hitters. Not many great switch hitters are going to hit 290, 300. You know, it's really, really hard to do and put out a Gold Glove effort every day. And I'm just being biased because that's my favorite player. So, um, yeah, nah, Lindor all the way, man, all the way.
Okay. On the season right now, Amer Rosario, he's batting 281. He has 67 RBIs, 17 stolen bases. He has
Wow.
scored 81 runs. He has an on-base percentage of 313, which is not, it's not that big of a difference, only like 20 points between his batting average and his on-base percentage. But yeah, solid. Chris, the same questions going your way, and then throw it over to LI.
Um, I agree with Keith. I would have kept Lindor too, but I also want to say this too. Everybody kept talking about the Yankees blowing the division. Atlanta's chopping at the bits. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm just saying, Met
Yep.
fans, y'all kept talking about the Yankee fans. What's going on with y'all?
They're quiet,
So,
bro.
but
They're
nah,
The
quiet. They're hanging out
champs
with
are on
Michael
their
Caputo.
butt.
yeah. So, be honest with you, I kind of like we was talking on Kev's channel. Who, if the Yankees went to the World Series, who we love to face? Right now, I would love to kick the Mets' butt.
Yeah, me too.
as a as a New Yorker, I would like that, but I don't think for
Dodgers
baseball
ain't got no
nationally,
pitching.
there's going to be that much attention about it. I don't think people around Major League Baseball around the country is going to care about a Subway Series like us New Yorkers care about it. If that makes sense,
Yeah,
if I had to
Yeah, because
say it,
no one on the West Coast is gonna watch the World Series. I can tell you
I
that
was
right
I
now.
no.
was just about to say that if I had to choose, it would be the Dodgers and the Yankees in the World Series. Li, perfect scenario. Who would you want the Yankees to face in the World Series? What would entertain you the most?
Um, hmm. I want San Diego. I,
That's
That's
tough.
the curve. That's a curveball
I
of a
want
I
San
like
curveball.
Diego
that too, though.
I
just
like
because
that though.
they have. I want to see Soto. I want to see Machado. I just want to see Machado in in the Yankees just because I like chaos.
Yeah, I wish he was a Yankee.
I, when he was
He
so
said, "I like chaos."
I like chaos. So I like their rotate. I like their rotation. Their bullpen is good. Now Hater is yikes.
Iffy.
He fell off.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
is he
Wow.
has an ERA. He's pitching to a 12.67 ERA
12?
since joining the Padres.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
A
not
12
good.
12?
12.67 ERA since joining the Padres.
hey, hang on. But watch Hater just go dominant back to dominance against the Yankees because that's what happens.
Right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he will suck. But then it's oh wait, hang on. We're just gonna go dominant
He'll
again.
suck the entire postseason, the NLDS, NOCS, but then he'll turn into Mariano against the Yankees.
Yep, pretty much.
Yep. He would. No, he really would. Left-handed with that type of velocity, he really would.
Okay. Keith, I want to throw it over to you now. When it comes to all right, so they're talking about Matt Carpenter and Andrew Benintendi, right? Possibility for the postseason.
Hmm.
As much as we love those players and they were awesome for us for when they were healthy, right? Especially Matt Carpenter. Do you think with 13 games left to go, that's enough time for Benintendi and for Carpenter to get back into
No.
gear like they were?
Let's be honest. The worst thing that happened to Carpenter and Benintendi is not even their injuries. It's Josh Donaldson getting hot. Because now you
Mm,
gotta put Dodson has to play now. With the contract and
mm.
what he's doing, he has to play. So he's either gonna play third, or he's gonna DH. And Carpenter would be the other option of DH outside of Giancarlo, who's clearly warming up the bat himself. So even if Carpenter is healthy, let's say that he is healthy, when do you slot him? When do you put him in? What situations would you have to put him in the game? You know, with Donaldson already being hot. Or it's a situation you would have to start Giancarlo in left and not give the kid Cabrera left, which makes sense because Benintendi's gone. But is Giancarlo ready to play the field? I don't think so, and I'm not going to risk it. I wouldn't risk it, and I'd rather put Hicks out there to field, honestly, than Giancarlo, because I just don't want the man going out there trying to do something he's not and tear that Achilles or pull a hamstring, and then we're really screwed. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least Hicks the body you can give up. It sucks, and in Benintendi's case, man, you kind of gotta just hope for the best, dude. I don't know. Are we going to resign him is a bigger question. I don't even care if he's healthy anymore, regardless. You know what I mean? He's a free agent now. So are we going to go after him? Do we keep him there in left field and have him, Bader, and Judge start the season? If, we sign Judge again. But I guess in the Benintendi's all going to be figured out after the Judge situation, truthfully. But yeah, I think it's deeper than the injuries, man. The team got hot, and now we're in a situation where there's not enough slots to fill on the field when everybody's playing well. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay,
man.
Chris, same question your way, and then throw it over to Li afterwards.
I feel like Carpenter will play in the postseason because I feel like he could be our Ibanez coming off the bench. You know how Ibanez would come off the bench, hit a little clutch home run for us in the playoffs.
Oh yeah. He
like
pinched
I feel like he
it
could
was
do
that 1 year he pinch hit for A-Rod and he got the walk off or he tied it up. Go ahead, Chris.
So yeah, I think he could be good right there. Benintendi, I don't know about Benny because that injury was supposed to be So, but Carpenter, I would definitely keep Carpenter in the postseason roster because you just never know. I mean, he was laid off for I don't know how long. He came play for us, and look how hot he got. So he don't need at bats like that because I trust him more, and he's postseason. He did the postseason. Yeah, like he won the World Series with the Cardinals. So I could trust his pedigree when it comes to the postseason.
Okay. Li, same question going your way. Do you think it's enough time? Would you try to risk it? Probably in one game in the postseason. Go ahead, bro. What's your thoughts?
No. Benny and Carp, they were good for us, but it's time to just focus on anybody else.
Yep.
To be honest, with Benny out, I would leave Hicks off the postseason roster and slot in Florial. Because Florial actually gives you speed, he gives you contact, he gives you a power bat. I mean, he like 20, probably 20, 25 homers.
Li, I have one question for you when you're done though.
But I would have him as a fourth outfielder, get like kind of the vibe of the postseason. Cabrera's obviously my starting left fielder, Bader in center, Judge in right. But there's not much time to bring them back, to get them in a groove, back to where they need to be.
Agree.
Back to where we want them to be. But time is basically against them.
Yeah. Go ahead, Keith. What was your question?
What is Eli's infatuation with Esteban Florial? That guy is terrible.
I love Esteban Florial.
He doesn't have a hit in pinstripes. Trade him.
I want to. He has a few hits this year.
He has like 2.
When you remember when he first came up and he went 1 for 3 and he got an RBI in that first game that he was up and we sat him for the next 5 games.
But how many appearances has this kid come up here and done anything but catch a?
Give him the same amount of time we gave Tyler Wade.
At least Tyler Wade can steal a base. At least Tyler Wade draws a walk. Is Florial gonna have a walk in pinstripes? Tim LaCastro can do what Esteban Florial can do, bro. Period. Don't argue. You can't argue.
I think Esteban Florial's bat is better than Tim LaCastro.
He in the minors, yes. Let's see Florial's average.
We have to give Florial a chance. We haven't given him a chance. Go ahead, Li. Go ahead, bro. Because the question was geared towards you.
Joey Gallo and Aaron Hicks. We're playing Aaron Hicks, for God's sakes. We played Joey Gallo for almost 2 years. It wasn't 2 years. A year and a half. Basically, a year and a half of games And Hicks has basically been absolute crap since 2019. And Florial cannot be worse. I'm like, all right, Florial, you're gonna just alternate with Cabrera. We're gonna slide you both in slowly, and then Cabrera's gonna get that rhythm of playing everywhere, every day. Florial, you do not have to worry about being set down. You are playing. Go. I'm giving you chances. Go.
Florial and 31 at bats got
That's
3 hits.
hits.
I know that's what that's still more than what Aaron Hicks did the entire month
Yeah,
of
but that's
August.
Aaron. We're talking about that's Aaron Hicks. I'm talking about like truthfully really having a platoon guy that matters. What's the difference between Florial and Castro and like Castro and Marwin Gonzalez playing the outfield? Seriously, show me the bat that we've been waiting for. That's what I'm saying. I understand he's a great baseball player and he's been in our system for how long, but we gave him 3 chances since 2010, right? He's made 3 appearances in 3 straight seasons. 30 at bats together, and he hasn't really done anything, guys. I mean, what do you?
How many consistent bats has he had?
I was just about to say,
okay,
has it been? Can we say, right? Can we honestly say that since he's been up here, has been given a solid week to see what he could do?
Yes, he has. He has.
No,
he already
hasn't.
has. Okay.
No,
he hasn't. He hasn't. So we're gonna say Oswaldo Cabrera's up here because his ranking, right?
Give me your definition of what do you think is a chance, because he can start a game and he can sit a game. He can start a game and he can sit 2 games and he can start a game. You think that's a chance?
You only get consistency when you start doing good. 30 plate appearances is enough.
Cabrera was,
but it's not. But it wasn't consistent. It wasn't in a
13
row.
strikeouts. 13 strikeouts and 31 at bats. Tim LeCastro can do that. Marwin Gonzalez can do that. That's what I'm saying. Offensively, I understand what you're trying to say, but he hasn't proven it yet. And my next point is, are we putting Cabrera above him? Because remember, he hasn't played left field in his life or center fielder. He's not that by trade. But is his bat or his ranking making him better than Florial? Because we're giving him the chances, but they came up together, right? They're both athletes. They're both studs. They both can hit. And Cabrera's here for what? Not his bat, right? He's here to play defense. So Florial should be here to either do one or the other, either perform defensively better than Cabrera to earn you a spot, or hit better than Cabrera and earn you a spot. And he hasn't done both.
Cabrera was ranked higher in the prospect pool than Estevan Florial for the past 2 years.
And he came up faster. He came up faster than Florial to the pros, has he not? He has way faster.
Estevan Florial was ranked as the #1 prospect of the Yankees system for 2 seasons in a row, and the Yankees didn't call him up or give him a chance.
And what has he done?
I mean, if he hasn't been given the chance for a solid week, you can't tell me if we could give him a week, we could see what we could do. He hasn't been given a whole week to see what he can do. Estevan Florial at the major league level.
The only thing I can say about that situation is that time that Hicks was struggling, that's when they should have gave Florial a chance to see what he can do, and they did.
He played against the Rays and the Twins in back-to-back series. He started all of those games.
He didn't start all of those games.
No, he didn't.
He started the 4th against the Rays. He started the 5th against the Twins. I'm looking at it right now. It's September of this year.
You said all of those games. He didn't start all of those games. You just pointed out 2 games.
He got his quota, 2 starts per week, and it hasn't even been.
Listen, he 31 at bats, right? He's been up with the Yankees since when? Since we could say like the beginning of August, right? 4 at bats a game. How many games has it been from August till now that he's been cut? That he's only has 31 at bats.
He's had 31 bats all season.
That's what I'm saying. But he's been up with us the majority of the season since the beginning of August. So 31 divided by 4. How many games is that?
30 divided by 4. It's about almost 8 games. A little bit less than 7 games. 7?
Yeah, that's 7 games. That's 7 games of at bats. He's been here for the beginning of August, and he only has 7 games of at bats.
And he's a what?
Yeah, that's not good.
An average hitter. Okay, but if the bat is so good, why has he not been hitting? That's what
he hasn't been given a consistent chance.
30. Okay, so how many? You need 50 at bats to see the kid.
We gave Marwin Gonzalez 2 weeks of struggling before he had his 2-run.
Dude, he's a switch hitter that has a great glove.
He doesn't have a great glove. He has an average glove. That's an average glove. He doesn't have a great glove because he made a few errors at first base when he was filling in for Rizzo. What I'm
But Greg
saying is
Love
that we
meaning he can
gave
play everywhere.
Marwin Gonzalez 2 weeks, and I'm not disagreeing with you. We got to see him produce, but we gave Marwin Gonzalez 2 solid weeks of him hitting below 200 with no power before he had that home run in Boston. That's all I want to see from Florial to get an opportunity. Go ahead, Eli, and throw it over to Chris.
The thing with Florial is he's overthinking everything because he knows if he doesn't perform straight off bat, he's going to get sent back down. That's why he's pressing so much. If you just let him be himself, if you just let him go, if you let him get the opportunities, he will be a guy that steals you 30 bags and hits you 15 to 20 home runs and bats probably
I don't.
260.
If that was the case, Harrison Bader wouldn't be here. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Seriously, we wouldn't have this many outfielders if the kid was that good.
Well, we can all agree to disagree. Because like I said, the Yankees they ran out there Tyler Wade for how many years in a row before giving Estevan Florial a chance, and Estevan Florial was ranked as their #1 prospect. I just want to see a solid week or two of Estevan Florial getting everyday playing time instead of being called up for a doubleheader and being sent down. Go ahead, Chris.
And see, what's peeing me off too is they're doing the same thing with Peraza. It's like, why you got Peraza up if you're not gonna play him?
And Peraza's
there for trade value. They're not going to keep that kid. He has no
But,
room here.
But
he ain't gonna have a trade value if he ain't playing.
Cabrera. I mean,
yeah,
he will.
No, but when you look at it, right, Peraza's bat is ranked better than Cabrera, and they're not starting Peraza.
Yeah.
No,
they're starting IKF over Peraza.
I'm not gonna lie, Keith. You can agree with me, Keith. You can agree with me. I think Hector might too. The best infield for us would be IKF at third, Peraza at short, Gleyber at second, and Rizzo at first. That's the best infield.
Donaldson's been our best third baseman all year.
You don't see how comfortable IKF is when he's playing third?
Yeah, but
way too streaky.
Donaldson's been the best third baseman in the American League statistically, defensively all season. And in the playoffs, isn't that what you need? I mean, his bat's a plus.
I'm not saying now. I'm just saying like let
Donaldson
go when Donaldson goes.
Absolutely,
like that. That's what it should be. But for right now, I mean, Donaldson's getting paid the money, which I still don't. I hate when people do that. Oh, he's getting paid, so you got to play him. If he sucks, he sucks. Just like Hicks. I don't want to see Hicks in the postseason roster. He sucks.
No.
Keep Timmy on the roster. I'd rather Timmy. At least he can still a base.
He did yesterday.
Keep Flo on the roster. Send Hicks and LeCastro home.
If I'm going to keep one, I'm keeping LeCastro over Hicks.
Yeah, I'm keeping LeCastro.
If I'm going to keep one, I'm keeping LeCastro over Hicks. Because LeCastro is better defensively.
Yeah.
He's way better defensively than Hicks. And he has that speed coming off the bench. Also, too, Florial, he's 2 for 2 with stolen bases. So I could see the argument for both. But if I had to choose, there's no argument, there's no metric that shows me that Aaron Hicks is a better option than Estevan Florial on the roster or as a bench player.
No.
And I think that's something that we could all agree, that Florial deserves to get a chance over Aaron Hicks. Especially because Eli, I'll throw it over to you and then we gotta wrap it up. But the day that we was at the stadium, Keith, right, for the Derek Jeter day, right? Eli, if you were Aaron Hicks, right, and Chris as well, if you guys were Aaron Hicks and you're starting you already know where I'm going with this, Keith, and you're starting a series against the Tampa Bay Rays that Friday, Derek Jeter's going to be at the stadium. You already know that everything's going to be moved. Eli, what time are you showing up to the stadium on that Friday to get prepared for the game? What time are you showing up?
Oh, Hector, you're about to get me going on a rant. But I would have showed up at freaking 10 o'clock in the morning to get my work in.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Chris? What time are you showing up?
I mean, be honest with you, I don't know if Keith or Hector ever played baseball before. I know I did in high school. And if the game was at 1, 2 o'clock on a Saturday, we was getting ready around 8, 7 o'clock in the morning. So I don't understand your preparation for a game when you need to, especially the way you're hitting, you suck now. Your defense suck now too. You need to take fly balls, you need to take batting practice, you need to do what you can to help this team win another championship. If not, you don't belong on this team.
Keith already gonna know my answer. That day I was lined up at gate 4. I'm texting Keith like, bro, I'm here. I'm hitting you up on DM. I'm holding a spot or whatever. Bro, Aaron Hicks, I was lined up at gate 4, Eli and Chris. Aaron Hicks showed up at 3:45, 4 o'clock to get ready for that game. He was dropped off at 3:45, 4. And you know how I know is that we were online right before they fill out the rest of the line, because you know they got the pre-line before they allow you to make the wraparound. So we was on the pre-line, and somebody pointed out like, yo, that's Aaron Hicks right there. And we look behind us, we see him getting out some SUV, some white Expedition, and we start Aaron, and then he looked back and he waved to us. That man showed up at 3:45, 4 o'clock to get ready for a game that started at 7 when you got Derek Jeter, right? When you got Derek Jeter, so everything was moved up. Batting practice, everything was moved up an hour and a half. And he showed up at 3:45, 4 o'clock. That right there goes to show me that he's checked out. And what happened that day? What happened that day, Keith? He dropped the ball in the outfield. The ball flew over his head. So maybe he could have done... Maybe he could have done with a little bit of outfield practice that day. You know, maybe he could have done with some fly ball routine that day, playing left field, being that he never played that much in his career. Maybe he should have had some bigger preparation. But we about to dip right now. Eli, let the people know where they could find you on Twitter. That way, you know, they could keep following you if they don't know about you. Go ahead, brother.
You can follow me on Twitter at Aiden Kaiba Mega. It's right there, and then just put MEGA. That's obviously...
How do you pronounce your name? Because I always want to make sure I pronounce people's name the proper way. How do you pronounce it?
Oh, my wrestling name, Aiden Kaiba.
Okay, Aiden Kaiba. Copy.
So there's no reason. Okay, there we go. There's no reason for writing their real name. Just go Google.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, definitely. I appreciate that. So, my man Keith, like always, bro.
Love you, bro. Always.
Love you like always, bro. Appreciate you. Chris the Flash, I'll see you later on tonight for the watch along with Kev.
Okay.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right. No problem. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Great to have NY Yankee King on the panel. Eric Wallace, what is good, fam? I saw you in the chat. Don't think I forgot about you. Just as well with my man James Cook. Appreciate you. Nathan Ramachandra, my man from the NR Hour. Salute. Mikey Mazza and the 4-Train Express. Mikey Mazza, I hope I was trying to put you back on the panel. Hope everything is good. But guys, it's been another awesome episode of the Yankees Morning Brew. If this is your first time here, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you join the kingdom. Make sure you join the Degens, because it's a lot going on here at the Knights of Degen. Oh, yeah, we got virtual hockey going on, some basketball maybe in the future, but there's a lot going on. I want everybody to be a part of it. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you can as well, comment on the video after it's on YouTube. It helps us out with the algorithm. Appreciate everybody who jumped on the panel. Like I said, my man NY Yankee King, appreciate you, brother, and your whole wrestling name. I'm a wrestling lark myself. Keith Saunders, like always, appreciate you, brother. And Chris the Flash, love you, my guy. And like always, it's been another great episode of the Yankees Morning Brew. I am your guy, Hector, the host with the most, and we are out. Peace.
There's one.